Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy Vic Slang Hope, and I got another video for y'all. And this one is a book review. Okay. But before I even get into the book, if you click the link in the description below, you have access to purchase my book, Who Profits When Black Men Gangbang. You should check that out. I also have a documentary, Who Came to Heal. I'm bugging. We Came to Heal. It's in the documentary. You should check that out also. So yeah, bam, here we go. Okay. So this is called The Beautiful Struggle. It's a memoir by Ta-Nehisi Coates. I believe that's how you say his name. It's about 150 something pages long. It's a few chapters. The reason why I read the book, I heard a lot about this author like before. I'm also going to put the link in the description of the book below. I think this was like a summarized version of his memoir. I'm not too sure. But this book, you know, it talks about him growing up in Baltimore, in the 80s, when it was the murder capital of the United States, right? I go to Baltimore all the time. Like, I got family out there. So it was cool. It has like a little picture, like a little map of the city and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But the reason I read the book, it was, one day I was, I don't know if this is called thrift shopping, when you go buy used books. I know thrifting is like when you go to like them clothing stores, and there might be some used stuff and also some stuff that is new that people just didn't use. But anyway, I went to purchase, I went to Strand. I don't know if y'all know Strand. I forgot where exactly in the city, but if you look it up, you'll be able to find them. So one day I decided to go to Strand. If y'all know, I love to read. You see my little library in the back. And yeah, I just came across this book. I heard about the author before, and then when I read the back, you know, it was talking about like Baltimore and like just growing up as a man, and the struggles back then. So I thought it would be interesting. The book is basically about, like I just said, it's about him growing up in Baltimore, and the struggles of being a young black man, in a time where it was really bad in the United States, right? The crack epidemic. A lot of like cities, black cities, were kind of like falling due to like the crack epidemic and a lot of violence and drug use. What's going on. Then the HIV came about. Like, it was just a lot of stuff going on. And so yeah, that's what the book is about. It's just giving you a glimpse of like what growing up in that time was like for him, as a young black man trying to figure himself out. What I got from the book, it was just highlighting certain things. It kind of like reminded me of me when I was growing up, and the struggles of like trying to figure out like what route you're gonna take, right? You got like the school bullies. You have like the fashion that is going on at the time. So it's a lot of stuff going on when you growing up, right? Like, sometimes your parents can't afford to get you like the fly gear, which sometimes lead us to kind of like the drug game, right? To trying to sell drugs. Then you got the bullies, the neighborhood bullies. Like, sometimes, a lot of times growing up, people belong to different cliques, right? Your block is representing a certain clique. And then in school, you go to school, people coming from different sections of whatever the neighborhood that might be representing different cliques. So that's also another thing that I had to kind of like endure as I was going to school. So it just had me reflecting. I mean, I didn't grow up in the crack epidemic and HIV and like the murder capital of like these inner cities, but kind of like just reminded me of similar things as you're trying to find yourself, as you're trying to find identity as a black man, in our communities, right? That could be a little rough sometimes, right? And how I plan on implementing it, I think it just helped me figure out different ways. I also want to write a memoir. I'm not gonna tell you the title. I was working on it at one point and I stopped, but I need to get back on track. And that is something that like I was just thinking about by reading this and seeing like how he put certain descriptors together, or like the visuals that he tried to paint. It just made me really think about like the chapters in my book and how I want to like paint certain pictures, or like how deep I want to go into like the description of certain situations and scenarios that played out in my life. I think like he went in depth in some of his stuff, and I don't know like how deep, but it just gave me an idea of like how far I should take certain things, how far I shouldn't take certain things, or just different ideas around different chapters that I'm trying to incorporate in my book. And yeah, that's the book review. I'll put the link in the description below, so you can purchase it. And don't forget to subscribe and like the content if you are messing with it. Stay blessed. Peace.